Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Tuesday the 1st, also known as April Fool's Day, also known as my 7th wedding year anniversary. So today was a beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning fairly early on the ship, got up and around a little bit, kind of killed a little bit of time till we get off the ship. Wife finally got up and that kind of headed out. I didn't go run on the ship because the track here really sucks, and I like to run around Puerto Plata. It's a decent little port for running. The city's pretty cool. There's actually, you can run from the port and run down by there's an old fort there and stuff. I run down the coastline, and it's not really a beachy thing, so I run up on the sidewalk of the road, but it's a gorgeous rocky beach, bunch of old like fishing boats and stuff out there and whatnot, and just really cool little views. Then I come back down to the city and down through the main town and kind of see a little more of the, I don't know, I guess the commerce side of it. So I get a really good little kind of not exactly a track I run when I'm there, but I know about where I'm going. I usually pick a different side road to bring back to the town, but I always run down the coast. I run over to the fort, run around it, then I head back out and run down the coast, and I run back a different way through town, which always makes it nice. So, and Karen talked about, she's the one to stay at the port right there. There's like a great pool, lazy river, all that good fun stuff. So that was her plan for today. I said, absolutely sounds great. So once she got up and around, I hadn't already been out running yet, but I did go down, and before she got up, jumped in the hot tub for a little bit, and then went into the cool plunge. And when she texted she was awake, headed back up, got a shower, we got dressed, headed out to grab some breakfast before we left the ship, and ended up taking our stuff with us down to breakfast. So going back to the room, it was all good. So we left from the breakfast, headed out, and grabbed ourselves basically our towels and that whatnot we wanted. So had a bunch of cigars. Wow, it's windy as hell. So we headed off the ship, checked in, made sure our on board time was and all that good stuff. Checked to make sure our time zones were still right, because sometimes the ship changes to the local time zone, and then you have trouble remembering, are you supposed to be back early or late, and yada yada. And I think the best ships don't change time. Whatever time it is when you leave the port, they stay at time the whole damn time. A couple of ships have changed, and holy hell, did it make a mess. Like, people were missing their dinner reservations and show reservations. People missed the boat getting back on. It's a real pain in the ass. And what happens a lot of times, especially on these new phones and GPS watches and all crap, they'll automatically reset themselves to the local time. So now you're off, and when you're going, it just hits a pain in the butt. So it is what it is. But yeah, we get off there, find our timeout good. We head over to the pool, and we went to like the duty-free shops and that crap that you have to get through. And found some spots in the shade. It's always too loud. It's always too loud in these places. But got a couple of lounge chairs, ordered some drinks, and had a nice cigar. Swam in the pool a little bit, talked to some friends from the ship, Tony and Ryan and their wives and whatnot, Deb and Jen, and hung out with some other people, and just kind of chilled out for a lazy morning. Went ahead, I decided to go for my run, so I basically headed out, went down, got changed, headed out to get my run in, had a beautiful time out on the run, absolutely gorgeous. Got back and ended up having another drink and hang out there. Karen ordered some fries when we got back. I said, hey, you feel like doing the lazy river? And she said, absolutely. Because last time we were here in this port, her leg was still banged up from her surgery, so she's afraid she could be in and out of the tube to float the lazy river. So this is her first time doing lazy river. So I'd done it a couple times before. This is the first time she's been able to get in it. So we head over, floated on the lazy river, had ourselves a good time, and they keep turning DJ keeps turning the music up louder and louder, and we're getting annoyed by it. And I told her, I said, hey, I feel like heading back. She goes, yeah, I think so. So I'm like, let's just go back. So we headed back to the ship a little bit earlier than we really needed to. And I had joked and laughed with her, like, hey, 7-year anniversary, the traditional gift is copper or brass. I think it's copper. So if you see like some copper earrings or a copper ring or anything copper, let me know. You want as a gift, we'll get it for you. Because this trip was kind of our anniversary gift to ourselves. Although I'm not certain we knew that when we booked it. I don't think we realized what day it was. Gonna be honest, we booked this like 3 years ago or something. We booked it a long time ago. So I was like, hey, it's all good. And she doesn't win nothing. We both know that we can go buy anything we want whenever we want to, which makes it really tough to find gifts for each other, because we're in that weird world of there's nothing we need. There's a few things you might want, but for the most part, we just want quality time with each other. That's all we're after. So yeah, the less money we spend on garbage, the more money we save, which means the sooner she can quit going out of the house to work and we can spend a lot more quality time together. So yeah, that's what we got there. So went ahead, we got back to the ship, got checked in and all that good fun stuff, and get back to our room, and our room is 66 degrees, which is the way it should be. I'm like, this is awesome. So I'm like, cool, they got our AC fixed, even though the guy lied to me over and over again saying it doesn't work in port and it doesn't get below 69 or 70 and yada yada yada. So we're like, awesome. So we went ahead, we got changed, grabbed a shower, ran down, grabbed a little snack, grabbed a couple drinks because we have the drink package, so why the hell not? And I headed up to the smoking section. She hung out in the room for a little bit, and I went and had a cigar, chilled out for a while. And again, the music on the ship's too loud, but so is life. It just is what it is. So went ahead and didn't have a dinner reservation per se. We had a dine anytime is what we signed up for. So you kind of just show up to the restaurant, they'll get you in anytime you want to get in. So went ahead, we showed up to the restaurant, had a all right meal. It was not great. It was not spectacular, but it was all right. Ended up going and checking out a show. And again, the show was good. Just loud again. Everything's just so fucking loud. I've always felt that way. Even when I was younger, I thought things were always too loud. And definitely, as I'm getting older, it's getting way worse. And again, even people around us were also complaining about how loud everything is. And it was awful. So, yeah, it's one of those things that my wife, when she complains about being loud, and I know it's pretty bad because she seems to tolerate the over stimulus of noise more than I do. So, but it is what it is. So we headed out there, met up with some friends and talked and joked and laughed and went and just saw little things. They had another late night show by Eden Bar and walked around the little shops on the ship. The ship had taken off already at this point. We're left port. So we're hanging out, just having a good old cruise time and being kind of lazy and all that good stuff. Got back to our room after the evening, wrap it up, and it's nice and chilly and cool. Like, oh, we're gonna sleep like babies tonight, which is awesome. And that's what we did. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.